What is going on, everybody? It's Untitled Chapter for you guys. I'm going to be teaching you how to get the Underworld camo faster in Black Ops 3. If you guys didn't notice, there was an update earlier today where they came out with new contracts in Black Ops 3. And one of these contracts was called Tools of the Trade, in which you have to get 200 kills using specialist weapons. And when you complete this contract, you get the Underworld camo for all of your weapons, not just the can. You get them for all of your weapons. And yes, this contract means you just have to get 200 kills with any specialist weapons, not with every specialist, just 200 kills with specialist weapons across the board. And today I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how I think you guys can complete this the fastest. Now, I was able to complete this in a few hours, but that's because I was playing in a full party with everybody using hater and stuff like that. So my number one tip is going to be to play in a party if you can, because it'll make your life incredibly easier. I can't stress enough how much easier it is to play in a party in Black Ops 3. And number two is to use hater and power core. And if you can, if you have anybody else in your party, to tell them to run that as well, because it's going to make it easier for all of you guys to get more specialist weapon kills. Now, moving on from that, I think your next best bet is to play domination. It's a longer game type. It's easier to get score streaks. It's a little bit easier to get your specialists because there's so many more opportunities to get more score than just a standard kill. For example, like capture kills, capturing flags, killing people off flags, all that sort of stuff just makes it easier to get your specialists. So that's why I think domination is the best game mode overall. Obviously, it can be frustrating if you're running into parties and you're kind of getting stomped by parties, because it's pretty hard to play a party by yourself. So if domination isn't working for you, honestly, I would just go solo TDM. That's your next best bet. That's where the most casual players are. That's probably where you're gonna have the most luck solo. Now it comes down to what specialists you want to use. I think the best specialists are Blackjack, because if you're using overclock, it only takes 4 kills to get a specialist weapon, so obviously that's pretty good. The only downside to Blackjack is that sometimes you don't get the best specialist weapons, like things like the War Machine and like Sparrow. Those are not very good. You're probably not going to get too many kills using those, so that's the only downside. But the other specials that are good are Tempest. Now, I think Tempest, if there's a map with long lines of sight, I think Tempest is your best bet. I like Tempest for maps like Fringe, Infection, Havoc, that type of stuff. Maps that are really open and where you find yourself in a lot of long distance engagements. So Tempest is definitely one of my favorites overall. Next special you're going to want to consider is the Ripper. Now, the Ripper you get extremely fast, which is why you probably see so many people running around with it now. And also it is good because if you die while you're using the Ripper, you still keep some of the charge towards the next Ripper, so that way you're getting it even quicker because you've already got kind of a boost towards your next Ripper if you die while using it. And also, honestly, it's just a really good specialist overall. Close quarters, almost nothing beats it. It's awesome. If you feel like you're somewhat confident with it, I would definitely suggest using this for the smaller maps, like Aquarium, maybe even Combine, possibly even Nuketown. Like, those types of maps can be really good for a Ripper. And finally, Purifier. Purifier is an amazing specialist, although it's really difficult to use well unless you have a hater in the air, in my personal opinion. Now, obviously, like maps like Nuketown, if you can get a hater, or Aquarium, stuff like that, and you have the Purifier, it is absolutely amazing. You can get a ton of kills. So I say if you're in a good lobby or something like that, you've got a small map that's pretty close quarters, I think definitely Purifier is the way to go. You just kind of basically have to base it off the lobby, in my opinion, in terms of what specialists 4 kills, and that's like substantially faster than using the Purifier, for example, because even with overclock, dude, it takes a while to get the Purifier. I was playing in a game earlier and I was 12-0 and I just barely got the Purifier, so it definitely takes a lot of kills. It might be better for the small maps like Nuketown and Combine and stuff like that, like I said before, but that's why I'm saying you kind of have to consider, number one, how confident are you in yourself in terms of getting kills? How many kills do you think you get a game? If you don't think you get very many kills a game, then I probably wouldn't use Purifier, just because you probably won't be getting it that often. I think a specialist like Ripper is really good for like average players and stuff like that, because you're going to be getting it pretty often, and it's almost like a panic specialist that you can just use on people real quick if they're close, so that's why I like it a lot, and for the rest of the reasons I listed previously. Next up, you want to consider what type of lobby you're in, because if you're in a really try-hard lobby, I didn't find that Ripper or Purifier were that great. If you're in a try-hard lobby, I definitely think Tempest is the way to go, because I feel like it's one of the most versatile specialists overall. So I think that's pretty much going to sum it up, guys. If you guys want to party up together, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section letting people know what your PSN or Xbox Live gamer tag is, and also you guys can look in the comments down below and message people that you guys see in the comments so you guys can play together and make your lives a whole lot easier, because I cannot stress enough how much easier this game is if you're playing in a party. Even even if it's in a 2-man party. It makes a big difference. Just having one more good person on your team can make a world of difference. So I cannot stress that enough. Make sure to leave a comment if you guys want people to play with. There will be people in the comments that you guys can play with. So if you guys have any other questions at all, leave a comment. I'll answer them. I know this is kind of a short video, and I know it may not be super duper specific, but I wanted to make it as concise as possible and give as much information I can in a short amount of time, because I'm not trying to waste your guys' time either. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it helps you even a little bit. Also, I'll just add in as a little honorable mention at the end, if you're really struggling with just like any specialist whatsoever, I would say to use the scythe, just because it's almost like a normal gun, but it's got no recoil and a really high fire rate. You pretty much just have to pre-aim correctly and you'll get the kill. So if you're really struggling, just go with scythe. I think that's your best go-to if just all else fails. So that's gonna do it, guys. Leave a like on the video. It would mean the world to me, and I will be talking to you guys soon. All right, see ya.